Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You guys ever been on one of those dates that just kind of snowballs? Like, you go out for lunch or something, and then all of a sudden you're having dinner and drinks, and then that turns into, like, you're robbing banks, and then that turns into she's learning the signature of your grandmother so you can forge checks. I mean, just one thing snowballs into another. Just lots of activities. That's what I'm talking about. Well, that's the kind of date that Patrick went on his first date with a girl named Tanya, but now she's not calling him back, and it gets even crazier than anything I just said, I think.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What's up, Patrick? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Nothing like that happened, but
Are you sure you're not wanted in 5 states?
I am definitely sure of that.
Oh, yeah, that's what all criminals say.
Yeah. Your email about your date sounded not that crazy, but it sounded like you guys did a lot of stuff.
It was, I would say, in my entire life, this is probably the greatest date I've ever had.
Whoa. I can't wait to hear what you guys did.
Well, you guys don't know yet how many dates he's had. You know what I mean, Patrick? Like, you could have been on 2 dates, and then we'd be like, oh, so you had dinner and drinks. Okay. So, have you had a lot of good dates?
I've been on plenty of dates.
Okay, see? Where did you meet this dream girl that you went on this crazy date with?
I met her on a dating app.
Okay.
But we had talked, and we had planned to go rock climbing.
Oh, that's sweet. And are you a rock climber?
I'm athletic. I wouldn't say I'm like a rock, but I'm outdoorsy, I guess we'd have to say.
Cool.
All right. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. You know, we had a good time. We went rock climbing, and then that escalated into we went to this little cafe and had some food.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had like a really good vibe, good connection.
Mm-hmm.
We started walking around. We went to this park, and we actually, as crazy as this sounds, we had like a cartoon drawing, like a characterist drawing of us.
Like a caricature dude at the park?
Yeah, like the guy drew pictures of our faces like on a park bench.
Doesn't sound that crazy, really, Patrick, but it is cool and fun.
But it was our first date. Like, usually don't do that kind of stuff on your first date. It just kind of flowed. Like, everything just flowed.
That's true.
I guess.
You know, and I don't know why you want to call her back. I mean, any girl that's willing to have her caricature drawn on her first date, I don't know, man.
Pretty fast.
Yeah.
But it's not really the point of, like, the crazy things we did, but it's just, like, I was almost giddy, like I had butterflies in my stomach. I was like, I felt really good. Like, it was a good day. Like, I was having fun.
And I will back you on the caricature thing because, like, that's something that's like a memento from your first date. Like, she's thinking she wants to remember this, and I assume that's why you guys sat down and did that together.
So if you guys do get her on the phone, like, don't say anything about the caricature because I, like, have it on my fridge and I look at it every day.
Yeah. I'll be sure to not mention that, Patrick.
That's cute. Patrick,
I guess,
cute. That's cute.
And a caricature is a big thing to get drawn on a first date because they always highlight your worst feature. And you don't want the other person to be like, oh, yeah, they do have a gigantic nose.
Yeah.
So did it end at the park in the drawing?
No, it didn't end. We went back to my place and just kind of chilled and hung out. And she actually, like, stayed over.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
And did she stay in the same room as you, Patrick?
She may have, yeah.
All right.
Oh, you slide on.
Yeah. So you guys basically spent the whole day and night together.
Yeah, so I was like giddy and I couldn't sleep. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I was just like looking at my emails and like this the last minute travel deal came up.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke her up and was like, I'm going to book a trip to Mexico for next weekend, like the following weekend.
Wow.
Like just for you, or you invited her too?
No.
Like were you just like giving her that information?
I invited her.
Oh, okay. You were asking if she wanted to do that though.
I mean, come on. Of course I invited her. It wasn't for me.
Okay, I don't know. The way you said it just sounded like, hey, I'm booking a trip to Mexico, just so you know. All right, go back to sleep.
Well,
That's crazy. And she said yes?
She said yes. So I booked it. I charged it on my card. I paid for everything. And then we kept texting back and forth during the week. I was trying to catch up on work because we were going to leave for a long weekend.
Yeah.
And so we had plans to meet at the airport at a certain time. And so I got there, checked everything. I was like waiting like 15 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Text her.
No.
What were you feeling?
Well, I had different kind of butterflies. So I was waiting. And there was like last call to book the thing. And I was like, she wasn't getting in touch with me. I didn't know if maybe she was on the plane. I got on the plane and I went on the weekend trip by myself.
Oh, man, that sucks.
And you haven't heard from her at all?
I've called her. I've texted her. I've looked at my caricature on the refrigerator with a sad face now.
Wow.
Do you think she maybe got, I don't know. Did she get freaked out? Like it was too much commitment too fast?
Maybe she got nervous. I'm hoping you guys can find out for me so I can kind of figure out what I did wrong.
Yeah, you'd think that she could at least tell you, like, hey, the Mexico thing is kind of making me nervous, instead of just ditching you at the airport.
But maybe she felt really guilty because he had paid for it all and she didn't know how to tell him.
That's why I got in contact with you guys, and I'm hoping you guys can help me.
Me too. I hope this turns out to be a love story.
I just want to know why she ditched him at the airport. I don't really care what kind of story we get. But we will play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update. All right, Patrick?
Thank you.
Yeah, man, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, before we get into the second part of today's second date update, there's one very useful piece of information that I need to know. Patrick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you at least have fun in Mexico by yourself?
Oh, sad Patrick.
Good question.
You know what? It was pretty sad because it was like a couples thing. Like that was part of the thing. It was like a couples. I just kind of stayed in my room and looked at my caricature photo.
Oh, Patrick.
Dude, you could have taken that caricature photo with you, wrapped it in some waterproof stuff, taken it on one of those banana rides or some parasailing with it.
The only people that were single were like the cleaning people and like the grounds people.
Oh, gosh, Patrick.
You had options then.
No.
Yeah, a 62-year-old lady that made my bed was kind of hot. Yeah, no thanks.
Well, there you go. You messed up. All right. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Patrick is on the phone, and he met a girl named Tanya online. They had their first date, and they did a bunch of things. Rock climbing, walking around a park, getting a caricature done that he still has on his refrigerator. She actually stayed the night, and while she was staying there, he was so giddy that he booked them a trip to Mexico for the next weekend. Wow. She agreed to go, but then didn't show up at the airport, and now he's wondering why.
Oh, my gosh. How are you feeling right now? Because that's an insane story.
I'm a little nervous and excited, if that makes sense. I guess I want to find out what the hell happened, but I also, I don't know. I'm afraid like she's going to say I was ugly or something. I don't know.
Okay,
She did all that with you, and then she was like, wait a second. I don't want to spend the weekend in Mexico with this guy. He's ugly.
You never know, man. You know, women are crazy.
Yeah, that's it, Patrick. She thought you were bad looking. Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Tanya, please?
this is.
Hey, Tanya, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi, I'm good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I was worried about you.
Okay. Who are you again?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning. There's 3 of us on the phone right now. There's me, there's Brooke,
Hey, how you
there's
doing?
Jose.
Hey.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Okay.
Tanya. And we have been so worried about you.
Why?
Well, because you missed a flight recently, and that's a big thing we do on our show. We have like a segment where it's like, did you miss your flight recently?
No.
We track people down and try to figure out why they missed their flight. It's kind of crazy.
so bad.
We're a kooky morning show.
What?
Yeah. So you were supposed to take a flight recently with a dude named Patrick to Mexico, and you just didn't show up.
How do you know that?
Know everything.
Just
And also, he emailed us.
Yeah, there you go.
Patrick told us about your first date and said that you guys had planned a trip to Mexico for the next weekend, but you left him at the airport.
Oh my God.
And if, that's a lot. Like, the whole story is pretty crazy. So maybe you were just feeling overwhelmed and you didn't know how to tell him. That's what I'm hoping for.
It just was just a really weird thing that happened with the airport, and it was just really weird.
You're on the no-fly list.
She got detained.
It's kind of really embarrassing. It's a mistake, an embarrassing mistake, and I just kind of leave it at that.
You
Wait.
peed your pants in the security line because you were scared.
What? Where do you come up with
That
this?
happens to me all the time.
That is so
It is
weird.
embarrassing, but it's okay.
I believe that.
No, that's not
They
it.
asked you to go through the security machine, and you took off your clothes and asked for a strip
Oh
search
my
instead.
God. Stop guessing.
It can be embarrassing, but I've done it too.
No, it's just, listen, it's 100% me. It had nothing to do with Patrick at all.
But what could be so embarrassing that you spend this amazing date with someone, agree to go on a long weekend to Mexico,
Oh my god.
and then ditch out of it all and like leave him high and dry?
It just, I went to the airport. I was very excited to go on this trip, and
You did.
yes, I went to the airport. I went and I checked in, had my stuff ready to go, and they asked for my passport, and I said, why? I mean, I have, my driver's license. And they're like, no, you need a passport. And I was like, why? I'm just going to Mexico. And they were like, yeah, you need a passport. And I truly had no idea that you need a passport to get into Mexico and Canada? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I really know. I seriously thought, it's all the same continent.
Welcome to the last 15 years of the world.
Oh, no.
So you forgot your passport.
No, I didn't forget it. I don't have one. I don't travel a lot.
Oh.
I didn't know. I seriously did not know. And I was mortified standing there, and I don't have a passport, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to tell Patrick that, how absolutely idiotic I felt. So
I do know how you can tell him, Tanya. I really do know how you can tell him.
how is he even going to believe me? I've been trying to figure it out, and I don't even know what to say.
Well, you kind of already did, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, it's very embarrassing that you wouldn't call somebody and have the respect to at least let me know what's going on.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
Patrick.
you're kind of mad, aren't you, Patrick?
Coming hot.
Patrick, I am so sorry. I was so embarrassed in that moment, and I literally had no idea what to do, what to say. I felt so stupid that I didn't know this.
So, I mean, you could have told me. You didn't have to just blow me off. It's kind of crazy that you wouldn't even call or let me know. And then I went by myself,
I
to
know.
a couple's weekend by myself.
I know.
It's basically the worst trip to Mexico that I've ever taken. And I was there one time during El Nino.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Damn, Tanya, you're worse than El Nino.
There's a hurricane.
I will say, Tanya, it is pretty weird that you were that embarrassed by a passport snafu.
Listen, I understand that it sounds crazy. I don't travel a lot. I don't know these things. I had no reason to know these things. And Patrick, the entire weekend that you were gone, knowing that you were there, I was drinking margaritas, sitting at home, thinking about you the entire time.
Oh.
Well, it was good that you were thinking about me. All you had to do is send one text, make one phone call. That's it.
Whoa.
I am apologizing. I have taken 100% of the blame for this. If you were listening, as you were supposedly listening while I was talking this entire time to a bunch of radio DJs, I said that I would take 100% fault for this. I am sorry.
So, okay, I hear your apology on that, but now we have a whole other issue. I mean, what are you, 12 years old? You don't have a passport? You don't travel? I mean,
Wait, that's still
I
an issue.
haven't had a reason to have one, Patrick. I didn't know.
Kids, babies, come out of the wombs and get passports and travel all over. Your parents must have kept you locked in your basement.
You know what?
What?
This right here is why I didn't tell you, okay? This is why I had no idea how to tell you, because I was worried that you were going to sit here and berate me for not knowing something. You could just be really nice and be a good guy.
It's not a matter of not knowing something. It's a matter of just having a brain to figure out.
Whoa.
Patrick, we know you're angry, but I thought you really liked this girl, dude.
I did, but she doesn't have a passport. What kind of person doesn't have a passport?
There's lots of people that don't have passports.
No, there's not. I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody? I don't know anybody who doesn't have a passport.
Mine's almost expired. I might not have one soon.
Mine just expired, actually, so I technically don't have one either.
I have one, so.
You know, to get a passport, you go to the post office and take a picture and just mail it out, and they send it back to you. It's not rocket science by any means.
Oh, man.
I know what I'm supposed to do now. I can go and get one, and we can go on a trip together. We can do it the right way this time.
All right,
There we
well,
go.
Tanya, would you like to go out with Patrick
Wow.
on a second date? We can do dinner. We'll pay for dinner. If you guys want to go on a trip, that's on you. But if you get a passport, you'd be willing to go out with Patrick again.
Yes, it was my mistake. I would like to go on another date with Patrick.
Wow, I'm impressed. I mean, he said some mean things, so
He's upset.
Patrick, do you want to go out with Tanya again?
I mean, somebody that can't call you back and is not responsive. And what person, again, does not have a passport? I would never go out with her again.
what?
Oh.
After she was your dream girl and you were obsessed with her, the passport's the breaking point.
My dream girl is gorgeous, nice, beautiful smile, and you know what? She has a passport.
Okay. All right, Patrick, we found your deal breaker, I guess. So
my God.
You know what? Just forget the whole thing. Forget that I even said yes. You are not the person I thought you were. You're crazy.
I may be crazy, but at least I have a passport.
he does have a point. Important PSA today for the second date update. Everybody, make sure you go get your passport, everybody.
Oh my God, seriously.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says Patrick is by far the biggest idiot you've ever had on the show. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A bold
Not
statement.
according to Patrick. If you missed today's second date update, Patrick wanted to call Tanya. They went out on a date. He liked her so much that he actually booked a trip to Mexico for the two of them on a whim to try to be spontaneous. And he was all about her. He's like, I have a caricature drawing of her, and I look at it all the time, and she's amazing, and blah, blah, blah. And then we got her on the phone, and she said that the reason she ditched him at the airport and he had to go to Mexico by himself was because she got there and she didn't realize you needed a passport to go to Mexico.
Yeah.
And she was embarrassed by that.
And of course,
yeah.
she'd be embarrassed.
Right, but so embarrassed that you wouldn't call and tell him?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's kind of weird. She said she felt so embarrassed that she didn't have a passport and didn't know that you needed a passport that she just didn't want to talk to him. But the worst part about it was that Patrick sort of freaked out at the fact that she doesn't have a passport.
Yeah, what?
All I can think is maybe he's just still really angry about having to go on a couple's retreat to Mexico by himself, and he's just blaming it on that.
I don't know. It sounded like he seriously thinks anybody without a passport, it's like a character flaw for him. Like there's
Yeah.
something wrong with you
But
if
some
you don't have a
people-
passport.
Some people don't need passports. I mean, I don't think I got a passport till I was in my 20s. Like,
Oh, are you serious?
well, okay,
gross.
don't
Get out of
do
the
that to me
studio.
now.
Jeez,
No.
leave.
How do we hire him?
Gross. Yeah, I know. Seriously.
I'm just
It's amazing what deal breakers people have. Like, it sounds like for Patrick, a deal breaker for him is if somebody doesn't have a passport.
You know what's going to happen is that Patrick's passport is going to expire at some point, and he's not going to realize it, and he's going to, because that's how karma works. And he's going to show up to the airport, and they're going to be like, "Yeah, sir, you can't go on your trip. This is an expired passport."
And hopefully it'll be with a girl that he really likes. And then she's like, dude, you let your passport expire? You don't have a passport now? Gross.
Wow.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm excited to speak to this guy. Jared is his name.
He must have really screwed up if you want to talk to him.
Well, his email interested me big time. Hey, Jared, how you doing?
Well, I went out on a date last week with this girl, Kelly.
Hey, Jared.
I met her through
Jared,
something that worked.
Jared, hold on a second first. Like, just kind of, relax a little bit. Jared has some problems being social, right, Jared?
Yeah, I haven't had the best success with women over the years, no.
Yeah. We'll talk about your date in a second, but first, I liked what you wrote in your email about the plan for your date. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
Oh, well, in retrospect, I don't know if this was the best idea, but I decided to wear a Bluetooth while I was on this date so I could have a friend feed me some lines if I was at any point in the date where I was having a little trouble, being a little quiet.
I mean, as soon as I saw the Bluetooth, I would have thought you were the douchiest thing in the world. What are you talking about? I mean, I know you haven't been successful. Why do you feel like you have to rely on this guy?
I was just uncomfortable. She's really, really totally out of my league.
It's not true.
So I had to try something. I totally had to try something. I figured I'd try this. I saw it on a TV show recently where someone was doing this on a date and thought maybe it would work.
That's a good idea.
No, it's a horrible
Great idea. Always get your dating advice from
I thought it was a
television
good
shows.
idea at the time.
Oh, Jared, how did you even pitch it to your buddy? Like, what kind of friend, lets you go through with this?
Oh, he was really into it. He liked it.
Did it work?
There were a lot of pauses, and she probably knew something was up.
How could you even concentrate on a conversation when someone's talking in your ear? What kind of lines was this dude feeding you?
Oh, basic things. Talk about her eyes, say something nice about her eyes. Ask her if she's reading any books recently and stuff I wouldn't really think of.
Did you ever feel like you're being a little disingenuous? Like you didn't actually get to share any of your real self with her?
I'm awkward. I'm uncomfortable. Such an attractive girl. I think if I didn't have him on the phone, it probably would have went worse.
There is
been quiet the whole time.
There is no way, Jared. I mean, we've had you on the phone for a couple minutes, and you sound fine. I think that it's a confidence issue.
Well, I mean, if you were right in front of me and really hot, it might be more difficult.
You might clam up a bit more. That's understandable. All right. So you had dinner. Did you guys do anything else, or was that it?
It was kind of the dinner. I wanted to kind of go for a walk maybe, but she really wanted to get home. She said she had some work to do.
Your friend jumping in the bushes behind you while you're walking. So how did it end with her?
Well, as we're walking away from each other, she gave me a big smile and 2 thumbs up.
Oh.
So I did it back to her.
Oh, God.
Yeah, in retrospect, it probably was the worst ending to a date ever.
That's how it ended, huh? With her going, hey, 2 thumbs up, we will see you later, buddy.
Almost like I did a really good job on a business deal.
The last image she has of him is a guy with a Bluetooth giving her 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, man, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay, Jared?
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you and your story. Hold on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Here's a little something interesting I found out in the break.
Huh.
And we didn't ask Jared, but Jared apparently hasn't even tried to contact Kelly since their date.
What?
Yeah, this is the first ever second date update where the guy hasn't even tried to get a hold of her. Jared, why do you want us to try when you haven't even tried to call her?
I thought I sort of needed another
gosh.
Bluetooth in the ear. I
Jared.
like you guys. You're good moral support.
Oh, God.
It sounds like the entire dating process is so painful for you. Like, are you sure that you're okay enough with yourself to be doing this?
Well, yeah, I don't want to spend the rest of my life alone.
Okay.
Jared, yeah, he wants to spend it with someone in his Bluetooth, in his ear.
If you missed the first part of the second date update, Jared went out with a girl named Kelly. Throughout the date, though, he had his buddy speaking to him on a Bluetooth, telling him everything to say, because Jared is very, very uncomfortable in one-on-one situations with the ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jared, at any point during the date, did it actually go well?
It was a good meal.
Okay.
I don't think he
Food
knows
was good.
what going well is.
Yeah.
I don't think.
We're going to call her right now and then see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, we know, Jared. We know. We're clear on that.
This text coming in saying that you sound sweet, Jared.
Aww.
There's also a lot in the other direction, too.
Hello.
Hey, can I speak to Kelly, please?
This is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing. Why are you calling?
Are you familiar with our show?
I listen to it sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's try to make that all the time. I'm calling about a guy named Jared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You went out to dinner with Jared. At the end of the night, you gave him 2 thumbs up and then peaced out. Did you not like Jared?
No, Jared was sweet. Jared is sweet.
Okay, but sweet doesn't mean that you liked him. I mean, what was your first impression of Jared?
He was really nervous. Actually, I don't know how it happened, but he ate, instead of bread, he ate like a whole little pat of butter at one point.
Oh, what?
And like, he was wearing 2 different shoes that were like they were the same make, but like one was dark brown and one was black.
What?
Oh, no.
Maybe he's colorblind. I don't know.
He ran out of the house too quick.
He admitted to us that he was pretty nervous, and he doesn't handle himself very well on dates because he thought that you were very attractive and didn't feel like he was on your level.
Oh, no. He shouldn't feel that way.
Did you think he was cute?
Yeah, he's definitely cute.
If he tried to get a hold of you, would you answer the phone?
Yeah, I'd answer the phone.
You would, okay.
That's good.
He hasn't even attempted to contact you because you make him nervous.
Oh, my God.
Obviously.
Was that the weirdest thing to you about the date?
No, that wasn't even the weirdest thing. Call me crazy, but like, I think he was talking to someone on a Bluetooth during the date.
Really?
Yeah, there would be these like moments of just silence from him, and he would like look up in the air, and I thought I heard somebody talking, and then he would start talking.
So you feel like he was getting cues from somebody else in his Bluetooth headset?
Yeah.
And you didn't call him out on it?
No, he was just so nervous and embarrassed. I just didn't want to make it worse.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Kelly?
Oh, it's so weird.
What if I told you were right?
Oh, God.
And that's exactly what was happening.
Ooh.
And then what if I told you that Jared is actually on the other line
Oh, man. All sorts of bombs.
and would like to say hi to you?
Hey, Kelly. How you doing?
Hey, Jared.
Hey. I had a really good time last week at on a date.
Jared, Jared, real quick, you should probably explain to her about the Bluetooth thing.
Yeah, Jared. Kind of important.
Oh, I mean, it is the basis of one of the most romantic stories of all time.
No, Jared. What? You are not trying to sell her on this right now.
I didn't think it would be that awkward, and I really needed some help because I was just really worried that you weren't going to like me at all and that I wasn't going to have anything to say, and I just really wanted you to like me. And did you have a good time on the date?
I mean, it was weird.
That's not a yes.
Yeah.
That's not a good answer.
I felt like, I'm sorry, Jared, but you just seemed so nervous. It didn't seem like you were really being yourself, and it was just really, it was weird.
Was it because I wore 2 different shoes? I couldn't find the other shoe. I swear my dog took it or something. I couldn't find the other shoe.
No, Jared, I think it's because you were using somebody else's lines on her.
Jared, and because the sexiest thing ever is confidence in a man. Like, even if you have to fake it for a night.
Was it the pat of butter?
Okay.
Was it because I didn't realize that was butter? I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it was an hors d'oeuvre.
Oh, my gosh, Jared.
Might be a little
I didn't realize till I swallowed it that it was butter.
So, when we talked to Jared before about contacting you, he let us know that he was just really nervous because he feels like you're out of his league, and he's not very good at dates and not very good at talking to women. He's only been on a handful of dates. Can you kind of at least give him a little bit of leeway?
Yeah, I mean, I won't have a Bluetooth this time. I promise. I'll have my questions pre-organized.
Don't bring note cards. No.
Jared, that you are not selling her. Oh, my gosh.
Kelly, we'll pay for you guys to go on a second date. Just even coffee or something. Meet up with him again without a Bluetooth in and actually hear what he has to say.
Yeah. Who says no to a free date? Come on.
Okay, fine.
Oh, my God.
Yes!
You just became his dating coach. I hope you realize that, Kelly. Yeah.
You'll go out with him again.
I mean, it was a little weird, so maybe if you left the Bluetooth at home and were just going to talk to me, see how that goes, then yeah.
That's the least enthusiastic yes I've ever heard in my life.
I knew you liked me. I knew you liked me.
Oh, gosh.
I don't think that's it, Jared.
No.
I think she's just.
Well, we'll send you guys out on a second date and see how it goes. You know you've had a bad date when your mom has to come pick you up at the end of it. Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And today's second date, Alana is on the phone. She met a dude named Jeremy at her family reunion. Relax, wasn't a cousin. He was a caterer. And they ended up going out to dinner. And on their date, she said everything went fine. But at the end of the date, when they were driving home, he actually ran out of gas. And while he was waiting for AAA to fill up his car or whatever, her mom actually came and picked her up and took her home. And now she hasn't heard from him. So we're about to get him on the phone and see if we can find out what, well, we know what went wrong, but what else went wrong on their date maybe. All right, Alana, are you ready to call Jeremy?
Yeah, I am.
I just feel like he may be scared by your mom. Like your mom pressured him into asking you out. Your mom was there when he picked you up. Your mom came and picked you up from the date. Like, are you always that attached to your mother?
I mean, I don't really think that that's it. I think he just is embarrassed. Like, I bet he's just home, like, freaking out about it and just feeling like the date went really bad. And I just want him to know that I'm going to give him another shot.
That's nice.
Yeah, if I failed that badly on a date, I'd be thinking about it. I'd be like, damn, man, I was so tired, and then I ran out of gas. I can never call her again.
Yeah,
But you've called him 6 to 8 times. Like, I think that would be sign enough that you don't care. Like,
Yeah, but the damage is done.
I don't know. I think it's worth another shot. I really do.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone over right now and see if we can get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Jeremy, please?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Jeremy, how are you, man? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
What's this all about?
Well, I'm calling you because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, it's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. And you went out with a girl named Alana the other day.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
And
looks like you remember her.
That's what this is about?
yes.
About that date?
Yeah, she emailed us. She told us about how you met. She told us about your date. And she also told us that she's tried to get a hold of you a bunch, but you're not returning any of her calls or text messages.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
kinda
little
weird.
crazy.
Okay, so what happens now?
Well, we're trying to figure out why you won't call her back. So you have an answer for that?
Oh, yeah, I can definitely tell you all about that date, but I want to know what she told you.
Well, she told us that you met her at a family reunion. I guess you were a caterer there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said you guys went out to dinner, and when you picked her up, you seemed a little tired, said that you had been working a bunch, and then you ran out of gas at the end of the date, and that's where things ended.
Yeah, that's like the short version.
Well, she also added that, like, her mom pressured you into asking her out. And
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of cute, actually. Like, her mom came up to the bar and was like, hey, my daughter's interested. Will you ask her out? I saw her daughter. I'm like, yeah, daughter's cute. Why not? Like, can't hurt anything.
So you said, I got the short version. What's the long version then? Keep in mind, we're on the radio, so don't be like 20 minutes. I mean, just like, what's the meat that we're missing?
So I go and pick her up at her mom's place. That was kind of a red flag number one, right? Like, I kind of expected her to have her own place or like some roommates. But right away, as we're like driving to the restaurant, I find out girl is 19 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She didn't. Legal. Well, yeah, legal, but also, like, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't sound like a 19-year-old to me.
True. I mean, even if
No,
you were
man.
23, maybe that's on the edge because it's 4 years.
Dude,
But, like,
I've been out of college for 5 years, and she's been out of high school for like 1.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so
when
already she's a little young, you're feeling like.
Yeah, she's cute and everything, but like that might be why I was out of it. Like I was a little shocked and like, I'm like, what have I got myself into?
Right.
So like, yeah, I mean, and then the whole running out of gas thing. I was borrowing my roommate's car, dude. Like I didn't have a car at the time, so I borrowed my friend's car. I didn't think to look at the gas gauge, and he like hands me the car. He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Not telling me it was on empty.
Okay.
By the time I saw it, it was too late. We're running out of gas. Like, it's already awkward. I'm just like, can this thing end already? This is the kicker. This is what really gets me. When mom comes to pick her up, as she's like going back around the car, she pulls me aside and says, by the way, I have a son who's into you too. Would you want to go out with him?
What?
Yeah.
Mom is just wingmanning for everybody. And also kind of low blow to her daughter. Like,
The whole thing was so strange, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's really flattering that
Whole family wants
that
you.
this woman wants her son and daughter to date me. But it's just, I don't really, first of all, I don't really go that way. And secondly, like, it's just the whole thing kind of creeped me out a little bit.
Yeah. Her mom, I think her mom wants to date you, and she's just like, one of my kids is, I've got to see you around the house is what I want.
I bet her mom is closer in my age.
Oh my God.
Probably.
Would you ever consider dating a 19-year-old?
Would you ever consider dating a 22-year-old guy? I don't know how old her brother is. I'm just guessing his age there.
I have no idea either.
Well,
Oh my God.
Jeremy, I do have to let you know that Alana is actually on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Oh my God, no. Oh
Yep.
my God.
Yeah, I think it's just her. I don't think her brother's there, but Alana, are you still there?
No, oh my God. I feel sorry. I feel bad now.
I just don't know why my mom would say that to you. Like, did she really say that? It's not something she would say.
Believe me, why would I make that up? Like,
I don't know. Like,
I've never had anything like that happen to me before. So, yes, your mom did say that to me. She did ask me if I wanted to go out with your brother.
okay, well,
and
it just doesn't make sense. I mean, my brother is gay, but, like, it doesn't make sense that she would say that after we went on a date. Did you, like, tell her that you're gay or something?
What? Why would I? No, I did not tell her I'm gay.
When did you have an opportunity to even do that? You know?
A little roadside confessional while you're out of gas with her mom.
Yeah, I ran out of gas. I'm gay. Anyway.
None of that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe at the party you told her that or something. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me why she'd say that.
Maybe she just thinks that, like, young people nowadays can do anything, go anywhere with their sexual. I don't know. Like, I definitely did not tell her I was gay. That is for sure.
Do you think it was a joke that you just took too literally?
No, I really thought it might have been a joke, but the way she asked me and the way she looked at me, she was serious. She was honestly asking me if I would go out with her son after I just had a bad date with her daughter.
Okay, well, I also want to say that I know I'm 19, but I'm, like, really mature for my age. Like, I have no issue, being outgoing, talking to adults. Like, even though I live with my mom, I have my finances in order. Like, I'm saving up for grad school, and, I'm really responsible. Like, my room is really clean. I'm really organized.
Like, I'm sure you
guys stop laughing. I'm serious. I'm really mature. I'm a lot more mature than any of my friends. It's not funny. I'm serious.
I'm sure you are. We just don't have that much in common. Like, even when we were talking, it's like we grew up at different times. Like, we don't have the same kind of connections on things. Like, you can't even have a glass of wine at dinner. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too far removed from where I am in my life.
Well, in 2 years, I'll be able to drink with you. Just wait 2 years.
2-year anniversary.
Yeah, after 2-year anniversary, you guys could, throw down a few glasses of wine.
Jeremy, I mean, what if she's right? Like, what if you just wait a little bit? My sister got married when she was 20, and they've been married for like 15 years, and they're totally happily in love.
Yeah, but check this out. If it's this much work and energy before we even get to the second date, it's looking like a lot of drama. If you start out a relationship like this, it's probably not great.
Maybe we got all the drama done up front.
Out of the way.
That's usually not the way it works.
I really don't think the drama will be finished. Like, your mother is very invested in you and your brother's lives, and your mom asked if I wanted to go out with your brother after we went out. Like, that means that there's a lot of drama there inherently in your family.
I'll tell my mom to cool off. Like, I'm not my mom. Like, I'll just tell her to
I understand
back
that.
off.
But it's just too much. Like, the whole thing is a bit
I just
too
think
much.
we deserve another shot. Like, one more date. Just one more date, and maybe, without all that drama, you'll see who I really am.
Man, I feel bad, but I don't.
Hang on, Jeremy. Let me ask you officially. Would you like to go out on a second date with Alana? We will pay for it.
I don't think so. I think that she's a lovely girl, and I wish her all the best, and I wish her mother and her brother all the best. But I don't think I have a whole lot of time in my life for that kind of stuff. So sorry, I'm not interested.
Okay.
Are you okay, Alana?
No, I'm fine. I don't know. I think you're making the biggest mistake of your life, and you're gonna look back one day and really regret this.
Oh my God.
Oh, the passion.
It's fine. I don't
No, hey, I know it feels like this now, like this is a really big deal, but with like young people, like your generation, it's so easy to find people. You have a lot easier than I did at that age. Hey, you're going to be great.
That's not how I want to find someone, though.
Well, do you want to find someone by your mom asking them to ask you out?
I just feel like you're really missing out on something. But
And I don't know what
Thank
to
you.
say to that.
Okay. Jeremy, would you like to go on a second date with Alana's brother? We'll pay for it. Or a first date, I guess. We'll pay for that.
You can drink wine with him.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Today's second date might actually be illegal for us to do in some states. I'm not really sure.
no.
But Ilana, who's on the phone for a second date, said she met the dude she wants to call at their family reunion.
Alana.
So, Ilana, you've got to explain that before we get into anything.
Sure. Well, it was at my family reunion, but it wasn't a family member. It was a catered event. You know, my family's all fancy like that. So he was on the catering staff.
Okay, good. Usually when you say, like, I met this great dude at a family reunion and we're going on a date, it's not a good thing.
He's only my cousin. It's
Yeah.
no big deal.
Yeah, not as creepy as it sounds, I promise.
Okay,
my
so
God.
he was a catering guy. What's his name?
His name is Jeremy.
Oh my God, were you getting ridiculed by your family for, I don't know what you were doing with the catering guy, but obviously talking to him a lot.
Well, I wasn't talking to him, but I was talking about him because I thought he was super attractive. Like, right when we got there, I was like, oh my gosh, that guy is so cute. And I told my mom that he was super attractive.
And your mom was looking at your cousin. She's like, yeah, he is. And you're like, no, the caterer. The caterer.
Not my cousin. Let's get that straight.
Wait, so did your mom encourage you to pursue hot catering guy?
Yes, to the point where she actually went up to him because I was too embarrassed and told him to ask me out.
Oh,
really?
embarrassing.
No, were you okay with that or were you mortified?
I was mortified, obviously. I thought it was so embarrassing. And, you know, of course, I had that mother-daughter moment of being like, Mom, are you kidding me? And I was so mad at her.
Yeah.
But then, actually, at the end of the night, he came up to me and he asked me out. So,
Hey, it worked.
Oh, it worked, yeah.
Yeah, and your mom wasn't holding a gun at his back, right?
I hope not.
So what'd you guys do when you actually did go out?
Well, we went to dinner, but it was so weird because when he came over to pick me up, he actually came in and he said hi to my mom, so that was kind of embarrassing. But he was super out of it when he picked me up, so I was like, okay, I was excited because he's so cute, and then he was acting really weird.
Really?
What do you mean? He was like drunk or high or something?
Well, that's what I thought. Maybe he was, but then I talked to him about it, and he just said he was tired from all these catering gigs he'd been doing back to back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you've
That'll
been
do
working
it.
a bunch.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't let him drive you to the restaurant.
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, in hindsight, I shouldn't have let him because, like, we went to the restaurant. It was fine. You know, he was still out of it, but we had a good conversation and stuff. But then on the way home, he ran out of gas.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, and he just said that he had been really tired and, like, wasn't looking at the gauge and
Yeah.
just forgot.
Oh.
Okay, so that's an awkward ending to your date.
Yeah, and what's even worse is I had to actually call my mom to come get me.
Oh my gosh. So wait, you like this guy still after all this?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I thought maybe he just had an off night, and honestly, I just kind of feel bad that my mom's been so involved. So I don't know if that's what's going on, but, like, he won't call me back, so...
Did you tell him that you lived with your parents?
No, he didn't know until he came over.
Ooh,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
that was it.
Yeah, that could be a deal breaker for some people.
Still live with your mom? Red flag.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. We had fun. And he's the one who didn't get gas.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
What was his attitude towards your mom?
He liked her.
Okay.
Did it seem like he liked you?
To me, it did. But, you know, sometimes we aren't good at gauging these things.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess if he was tired from work and stuff, maybe it was even harder to tell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure what was him being tired. And
So when
Okay.
your mom came to pick you up because he ran out of gas, did you guys end with a hug or maybe like a little kiss or something? Or did you just get in your mom's car and bounce?
to be honest, I was mortified. So I just, like, said bye and got in the car.
So wait, hold up. You guys left him stranded with no gas on the side of the road? Like your mom and you didn't go get him gas?
Well, he had already called AAA and they were there, so.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't really want to wait with him because he seemed, like, really embarrassed, and it just was awkward.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to bounce.
All right. How many
Weird.
times have you tried to get a hold of him since then?
Probably 6 to 8 times.
Wow.
Dang.
That's a lot.
It's been, like, a week.
Like a week. And have you gotten any response from him at all?
No, I just think he was really embarrassed by like how the night played out, and I just want to give him another shot. It didn't look good on him, but I feel like he might not know that it wasn't a big deal to me.
Okay. So you pretty much want to try to get another date with him so he can have a redo.
Yeah, both of us,
Okay. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yep, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I have a surefire way to meet women. And I'm assuming that the guy on the phone for a second date update today did the same thing that I've done many times, and it always works. You see a hot girl go into a store or something like that, you see her in the parking lot, you just walk up to her car, you pop the tire, and then you hang out in the parking lot till she comes out, and you're like, oh, you need help with that tire? Let me help change that for you. Works every time.
You're one step away from a serial killer.
That's like vandalism, isn't
I've done it a lot. Sometimes I just go and I just pop tires in parking lots just in case on my way into a store. And that's what I'm guessing Dallas did today. He's on the phone to do a second date update, and that's how he met the girl that he wants to call today.
Well, now, I didn't pop the tire. Just so happens I did change her tire.
Oh,
Thank God,
well,
Dallas.
For future reference, if you want to meet a girl, that's the best way to do it. Pop her tires, and then you'll have no choice but to help her. So your email said that you met the girl you want to call today because she needed a tire changed, and you came to her rescue.
Yeah, I did.
What's her name?
Brittany.
Brittany? Okay, and was she changing the tire, and you just walked up behind her and were like, hey, little lady, you don't know how to do that. Let a big man help you out.
No, it didn't really happen that way. A few weeks ago, I was at the mall and doing some shopping, and as I was leaving, Brittany flagged me down, and she was kind of like in a panic, and she asked me if I knew how to change a flat tire. So, obviously I did, luckily, and she asked if I could help, and I said of course. So went to her car and started to jack the car up and change the tire, and I had noticed she had this like really cute Southern accent, and so I kind of went out of my way, and I was like, "Are you from around here?"
And she was like, "Why, no, sir, I'm not. I'm just a poor Southern girl who needed a tire changed."
Yeah, and
why don't we go out for some sweet tea and maybe some cheese grits?
It sounds like the start of a porn or something.
Yeah, right?
Do you like cheese grits? Anywhere in town a lady can get some nice cheese grits?
What is wrong with you? Did you hit on her, or how did you proceed after that?
Well, she kind of went on to tell me that she was new to the area and that she didn't really know anyone. And when I was done changing the tire, she was really, really thankful, and she shook my hand. And as I was getting ready to grab my stuff and leave, I kind of just stopped and turned around, and I kind of just said, "Hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go get some food or something?" And she said, "Sure."
Wow. Like at a later date, or you guys went that day?
Oh, we went right then and there.
Oh,
you did?
We went and got food really, really close to the mall, and this is where things kind of took a turn. We went to eat, we ordered our food, and we were both about halfway done eating, and I noticed that she kind of stopped, being so responsive to conversation. She was a lot less talkative. She started to become a little like timid and shy, I guess.
Did you
I
notice?
do declare that I believe you have overstepped your bounds, sir. I will take off my long white glove and slap you in the face. Did you say anything to make it seem like you offended her?
No, not at all. It kind of just all of a sudden it was like she just stopped talking. So I said, is there anything wrong? And she said, well, she didn't really like the food at the place we were eating at. So I said, well, okay, do you want to leave? I felt really bad. And she was like, no, that's okay. It's fine. So when the waiter came back, I asked him if, we could get the check and if he could box up our food and we could go. And, as we started to leave, I asked her, I said, hey, could we maybe do this again, at a different place, that you would like? And she said, of course. So we exchanged numbers and we left.
At the end of the date, did you guys kiss or anything like that? Or was it just exchange numbers?
No, it was just an exchange number, and then, we went on our way. But, I listen to you guys all the time, and I really trust you guys. And what's going on in my mind right now is I feel like felt obligated to kind of go out with me because I did something nice, and not because I'm attractive or anything like that.
See, I was thinking the opposite, that she flagged you down because you were hot. I mean, because there's other people that come out of the mall. I'm sure that there was other people around she could have flagged down, right?
Of course, yes.
I don't think she was obligated at all. I think she set it up.
Well, maybe she felt like she was obligated. Well, if she set it up, she definitely didn't like something about him because she's not calling him back.
Well, maybe his personality failed. I don't know what happened.
So you think maybe she felt obligated and that's the reason that she's not calling you back?
Exactly.
Which is weird because she just moved to town, so she doesn't have very many other friends. And whenever I'm new to a town, I say yes to anybody, no matter who you are. Like, yeah, hey, I'll hang out with you. I don't know.
I'm new to town. Yes, gentlemen, jump on it. I say yes to anybody whenever I move to a town. That's good to know.
To go out and show me around.
Yeah, we know what you meant. We all know what you meant. All right, Dallas. Well, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll get your southern lady on the phone and find out why she's not ringing you back, okay?
All right, guys.
All right. Until then, you enjoy some sweet potato pie. We'll do it right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. Not the city.
That's good. I wish the whole
guy
city.
named Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. He wants us to call a girl named Brittany. I'm going to actually recap his date by telling her side of the story. I think this is what she would say when we talk to her. So there I was. Had a flat tire on my car, and I did not know how to fix it. I was just staring at this tire, as confused as a fart in a fan factory. And then all of a sudden, out of the store, I see this big, strapping young gentleman named Dallas. And I was hollering like a stuck pig, asking him to come help me out. So I walked up to him. I said, "Kind sir, do you think you could help change the southern lady's tire?" And as he was changing it, I was just sitting there grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater, looking at how he changed my tire and helped me out. And then, could you believe the nerve of this man? He asked me to go to food with him right after. And the only reason I did was because I felt obligated to, because normally a southern lady would make a gentleman court her properly. So we had a meal, and then once we were done with our meal, we went our separate ways, and I would never talk to him again because he was way too forward. I just smacked him in his stupid face. Hey, Dallas, is that about right? Yeah.
I think I should take you out on a date.
I was going to say, after that, we don't even need to make the phone call. I mean, that kind of settles it, doesn't it?
Dallas met this girl, Brittany, in the parking lot. She had a flat tire. He was walking out. She said, "Can you change it?" He changed it, and then they went to go eat. The meal went well, and then about halfway through, she kind of seemed cold and awkward. And they exchanged numbers and said they might go out again, but she hasn't been very receptive. We're about to call her right now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Brittany, please?
this is she.
Hello, Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. Who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I don't know you. Who is this?
No, you don't. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay, I still don't know you.
It's a morning radio show, and I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
About me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. You recently went out with a guy named Dallas.
Oh. Okay.
You remember meeting Dallas? He said that he helped you change a tire on your car, and then you guys went out for a meal after?
Yeah, I remember him.
What'd you think of Dallas?
I mean, he was a nice guy and everything.
You just didn't click with him?
Well, not really. I mean, it just kind of got weird throughout the date.
It got weird. Can you tell us how?
Well, at dinner, like it was a really nice dinner, we're sitting down, and he gets up to leave like 3 times to go to the bathroom, which is not typically a weird thing, but the second time he come back like super sweaty.
He came back to the table super sweaty?
Yes, he was super sweaty. And I didn't know what to think, and I thought, well, poor guy, maybe he's sick or something. So I asked him, are you okay? Or you need to leave? And he said, no, I'm great. I'm good. I've never seen somebody come back from the bathroom sweating like that before.
Maybe he's got IBS.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't spicy food, but it got worse. Like, we're sitting there, and he leaves again, and then there's a table right beside of us, and that guy leaves to go to the bathroom, I guess, comes back, and I can hear
Don't tell me
conversation.
they both came back sweaty together. I wouldn't want to call him back either.
Mystery solved,
Yeah.
though.
The guy was actually talking about my date. Like, I can hear them talking about him and saying, there's some guy in the bathroom doing really weird stuff.
What was he doing?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said that they knew it was weird and it made him uncomfortable. Like, if it makes a guy uncomfortable in the bathroom, something's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in guys' bathrooms. I've never left them going like, whoa, there's some guy in there doing something strange. I got to get out of here.
Right. So I just had to leave. Like, you don't know what to expect when you're in a new town and new people. Like, I don't know.
And you never asked him what he was doing in the bathroom.
I didn't want to. I mean, what if he told me and asked me to join him? Like, I don't know.
So did you make up a lie about the food not tasting good to get out of there?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Because he said that on the
like,
date.
I love food. I love food. And I totally went back to that place the next day. It was so good.
You actually went back there.
Oh, no.
You actually went back to that restaurant the next day.
I did. It was so good.
All right, so that's the reason you're not calling him back, because he was doing something weird in the bathroom, making him sweat.
Yes, that's exactly why.
That's interesting. You know what else is interesting? He's actually on the phone listening right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. 100% serious. Dallas, what were you doing in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Get your guys' minds out of the gutter, okay? I was not doing what you guys think I was doing.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I had an idea.
Okay. I will admit, I did get up a few extra times from the table to go to the bathroom. And I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I was in the bathroom doing push-ups.
What?
You're doing push-ups?
Why were you doing push-ups?
I'm just, into fitness and stuff, and I felt like, because I hadn't been to the gym in a couple days, I felt like I didn't look good enough for you. And
so
I went in there to get kind of like a little bit of a workout in to kind of look a little bit more muscular.
So you went into the bathroom to do push-ups to get a pump.
This was not even scheduled or anything. I didn't have time to go to the gym before this date. I didn't even know this date was going to happen. And I met her, and she is awesome, and that's what I did.
So you just left the table randomly to go work out in the bathroom?
Yeah, I did.
Like, on the bathroom floor?
Well, I washed my hands before I came back to the table.
That is disgusting.
Doesn't make it better.
Brittany, do you believe him? I don't know that I mean, I know you explained it, but I don't know that I buy your story.
This is the God-honest truth, seriously.
Well, is this what guys do here? Like, you just go out into the bathroom to work out during the date? Is this how it works?
No.
I never have.
I've never done that one time, but I felt like I didn't look good enough for you, and that's why I did it. It was more of a freak-out thing.
So working on the car and the tire change wasn't an actual workout? You needed more intensive workout in the bathroom?
To a sense, yeah, because changing the tire is nothing.
I'm so fit, changing a tire doesn't do anything. I got to go do some push-ups and some burpees in the bathroom.
I don't know if I actually buy this whole story.
Does sound weird.
I need to know, were his muscles impressive?
I mean, yeah, he's a really impressive guy. I actually noticed that when he was changing the tire, and, I mean, you could tell he works out. I just never expected it to be during the date in the bathroom.
Hey, Brittany, I would like to ask you this. Would you like to go on a second date with Dallas? We will pay for
guys,
it.
Can I do this myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. I mean, hey, dude, I don't want to get beat up by you. I know you got...
Look, Brittany, I'm telling you the truth. I did push-ups in the bathroom to try and impress you. So if you give me a second chance, I promise that I will work out before dinner and not during.
It's a pretty good promise.
And also, we'll pay for the date, Brittany.
You were a really great guy stopping to take care of my tire and take care of me, and you went this far to actually get a second date. So, I think, let's try it again.
Woohoo! Nice!
Awesome. Congratulations, Dallas. You got your second date.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate the help.
No problem. Stop doing push-ups in the bathroom.
I will stop doing push-ups in the bathroom. I'm just embarrassed because I never thought that she would ever find out.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I like it when we get emails like the one we got for today's second date update where it's very vague and it says, something crazy happened.
Okay, why do you like
Because
that?
it could go one of two ways. Either something crazy could have happened, or they tell you the story and you're like, yeah, not that crazy. And then they try to find like, well, no. And then also this happened. You're like, no, still really bad story. So let's find out if something crazy did actually happen. Okay. Lewis is on the phone for a second date update today. What's up, Lewis?
Hey, no, I'm not lying. This was crazy.
All right. Now, like Jubal said, big claims there, sir, and we don't like to be disappointed.
You won't be, I promise.
Okay.
Okay. We'll get to the crazy part in just a second. First, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name is Gwen.
Whoa, you're right. That is crazy.
I don't think that he got to the crazy part yet.
Oh, my bad. All
right. Patience. I'll get there.
And where did you meet Gwen?
Met her on Tinder.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay,
Saw that
Dude.
coming, didn't you?
Crazy.
You have something wrong with Tinder?
No,
No.
he's saying that that's your
fine.
crazy part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
He
Never
doesn't.
mind.
Okay. So you met her on Tinder, and what'd you guys do when you went out?
We went to a local bar that I know the bartender.
And were you excited leading up to this date?
I was. I messaged her on Tinder because she had these great photos. She has a really nice body.
Okay.
I thought so. She had a picture of her in a bikini with her dog, and I just thought that was adorable, but also extremely sexy. So,
Nice.
Was the dog wearing a bikini too?
No.
No.
Okay. It would have been adorable.
Adorable.
Okay, so you liked her a lot because she was hot.
No. I liked her because she has a nice body.
What's the difference?
Well,
I don't understand the difference.
She has a nice body, maybe not a nice face.
I'm just going to continue with my story.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
So, like I said, I took her to this bar that I hang out at, and I knew the bartender, so we were able to get a deal on drinks.
So we're not setting this up as like the beginning of a story of a lifelong relationship. You just wanted to hook up that night.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
As long as you're honest with your intentions.
And
Oh my God.
did you have fun with her?
Yeah, we played darts, we played pool. She grabbed my arm at one point out of flirtation. I thought it was flirting because I was stealing her turn. You know, that kind of thing.
Okay, so what happened? Did you guys like go back to your place then?
That was the plan, but it didn't happen. So we were calling an Uber, and she jokingly said that she should pay for it, and I said no because I wanted to pay for the night, you know. Trying to be jealous.
Okay.
And then I jokingly said she could pay for the wedding, our wedding.
Yeah.
And she loved that response, so she burst out laughing. We were joking. And then this homeless guy came walking up thinking that I was harassing her or something and got in my face.
A homeless dude got in your face.
Yeah, and he said, "Stop harassing the lady." And I said, "I'm not. You can step off." And I got a little irritated. I'm like, who is this guy and why is he bothering us?
Right.
Right.
And so he just wouldn't let it go, and we started to walk away, and then he jumps me.
Whoa!
You got jumped by a homeless guy?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Oh my
All right, getting
God.
jumped by a homeless guy on your first date, I say that qualifies as a crazy story.
What? I mean, what happened?
Well, we got into a little bit of a fist fight, and then he knocks me out.
What you got?
Oh man!
Oh,
Please tell me
man.
somebody got video of it.
Jubal!
I don't know. Maybe she did. She's not talking to me.
My first question is, are you okay? Not, is there video?
Yeah, I'm fine. I woke up 5 minutes later, not quite sure what happened, and Gwen was gone.
Wait, she left you?
Left?
Yeah, she left.
Dude, that's messed up. Even if it is just supposed to be like a one-night hookup thing, just to ditch you as you're laying passed out on a sidewalk after a homeless guy beats you up?
I don't know. Maybe she went and got help.
Or ran. I mean, that's possible. Like,
Yeah.
if you're being beat up by a homeless dude, I'm not sticking around to see how you're doing. Sorry about that, buddy, but we just met off of Tinder.
Yeah, that's true. She could have done that. I'm not quite sure what happened to her.
So wait, you didn't see her the rest of the night?
No, I woke up and they both were gone. Homeless guy and Gwen.
Oh my God, so you were knocked out on the streets and then alone when you woke up?
Well, this older lady walked by asking if I was okay, but then she just kept walking. So
Sounds like she was flirting to me. You should have maybe gone home with her. So have you tried to get a hold of Gwen since this all happened?
yeah, I just thought maybe she was spooked or something. So I texted her, and she responded later in the day.
What'd she say?
The next day, and she said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I hope you're all right." And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just couldn't believe what happened last night, and I wanted to get lunch and talk about it."
Mm-hmm.
And then she texted me back saying, "I don't think it's going to work out," and I haven't heard from her since.
Wow.
Man, that's
Wow, so she did ditch you. She didn't care how you were?
Apparently, I don't know what I did, but
Well, maybe it's not being able to take a punch. I don't know. Maybe that turned her off.
thanks.
No problem.
Maybe she was worried that I wouldn't be able to protect her or something, but hey, the guy sucker punched me, and I was not prepared for that.
I don't know how anybody could be prepared for that on a first date. But we'll play a song, come back, call her, and find out why she left you there for dead that night, okay?
I would appreciate that.
Okay, we'll do it right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, the dude on the phone sent us an email saying he had a crazy story. Normally, that means they're pretty lame, but this one definitely delivered. He met a girl off of Tinder named Gwen. They hung out at a bar, played some pool, flirted a little bit, and they were about to leave to go back to his place. And then when they went to go get the Uber, he got jumped by a homeless dude and knocked out.
That is a
And
crazy
then-
story.
seriously
Yeah.
though.
Then when he finally came to, he was alone by himself. His date was gone. The homeless guy was gone. The only person around was a pleasant old lady who said, "Are you okay?" And then went along on her way, and she left him there too. So he was pretty much just all alone. And he hasn't been able to figure out why Gwen won't go back out with him after that whole experience.
So the one thing I'm kind of confused about, Lewis, is why you want another date. Because it sounded like this was just a hookup night anyway, that you met this girl off Tinder and just wanted to get some. Fine, totally fine. And then she leaves you after you get knocked out. Like, why are we calling her again?
Well, A, I wanted to hook up that night, and it didn't happen.
Okay.
So that was one. And B, I don't understand why she just left me there. I
Yeah.
want to know why she would just leave me knocked out on the sidewalk.
I'm
And we
kind of
don't know.
curious on that one, too, actually.
Yeah, and you could have got lucky. We don't know what happened with you and that homeless dude after he knocked you out. You know what I mean? We really don't. So
That better not have happened.
You never
I
know.
agree. You want to remember that, you know? We got to find all this stuff out. All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, man. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Gwen, please?
this is she.
Hey, Gwen, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, you're what?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show. We're calling you because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Who?
It's a guy that you went out on a date with. You met him off of Tinder.
That narrows it down.
Well, I'm going to really narrow it down for you right now because he was the dude that was beat up by a homeless guy. If that doesn't narrow it down for you, then we really need to do like a whole other thing with you, Gwen.
Oh yeah, no, I know who you're talking about.
It would be amazing if she said which one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that was Lewis.
Yes. So Lewis is wondering why you just left him after he got beat up by the homeless dude.
Oh,
I I'm not going to lie. It sounds, from his side of the story, pretty cold-hearted.
No, I know it doesn't. It does not look good. I mean, it was just. I mean, it was a crazy night, and I didn't really know how to tell him what had happened. So I just figured that like ghosting him would actually be the more polite thing.
Really? You want to tell him what happened?
Yeah, and more polite than leaving him on a sidewalk.
Well, I mean, like he was fine. I mean, we were in a pretty safe area, and like
It's cool. The neighborhood was good.
Good street. I mean, he was coming. I mean, like he was coming too. I mean, like it's just really hard to go. It's just really complicated.
Well, how is it complicated? Because from his side of things, it doesn't sound that complicated at all. It sounds like he just got knocked out and then you ditched him and won't go out with him again.
Well, I mean, there's more than that, and it doesn't really get much better for him. So I didn't really want to like. I don't know. I just didn't want to like hurt his feelings or whatever.
You know, when he was telling us about your date, I thought maybe that you took off because you didn't feel like he could protect you in a situation like that.
I mean, I really hadn't like thought about it like that. That didn't really occur to me. No.
Was he okay? A lot of times people will leave details out. Was he like being a jerk to the homeless dude? He says the homeless guy just attacked.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Like, I mean, he was drinking, but like, I mean, both of us were. I mean, okay. All right. So, I mean, like, we were just outside the bar. We were just joking around, like, play fighting, play arguing or whatever. And I guess this guy thought we were really, like, fighting and that, like, he was really upset with me or that he was really, like, trying to get in my face or whatever. So this guy comes up and he confronts Lewis, you know, just stern, like, why are you getting up in this woman's face? And, like, so Lewis got really defensive and he got really upset and he got back in the guy's face. And the guy, like, knocked him out for, like, getting up all on him. So, I mean, it took, like, one swing, and he was out.
Okay, you don't need to say that. That's, like, you know, you're just rubbing it in Lewis's face right now. You know?
I mean, like, the guy was a big guy. So
what made you change your mind about Lewis? Because up till now...
Well, okay, so, like, he's laid out, and I was freaking out. I was, like, about to go into the bartender and, like, call the cops because this guy like swung at him, and then the guy stopped me. He was like, no. I mean, like the guy told me that he wasn't like a homeless guy. He wasn't a guy at the like he was an undercover cop, and I was like, oh bullshit. And I kept going like, I'm gonna go over to the bartender, and then he showed me his badge.
Okay.
And the guy was a legitimate like police officer, and he really thought he was protecting me.
Oh wow.
So I was really freaking out, and he felt so bad. And he was just like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I thought that the guy was, like, getting in your face, and I've seen this before, and I really didn't want something bad to happen to you. You look like a really nice girl. And so he apologized so much, and he ended up being, like, a really, really sweet guy. And, like, I hate to say it, but, like, when it slowed down and everything, he was a really good-looking guy, and he had a really nice body.
My God. You were attracted to the homeless guy that punched out your date.
The homeless guy that was an undercover cop. I mean, or is an undercover cop.
You want to clarify that. Wait a second. He wasn't just a homeless guy.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, he was just really sweet, and I was, like, shaking, and I was upset, and he just, like, stayed with me, and, you know... He asked me if I wanted to go grab something to eat like around there because I was so upset. And
jerk! I hate this.
Dude, wait. So you went out on another date with the guy that punched out your date?
Oh my God.
Well, it wasn't really like a date. He just wanted to take me somewhere to grab something to eat, just because I was so shaken up, and just like get some water. And
wow.
I'm
and
sorry.
Lewis is laying there the whole time, knocked out cold.
So wait, have you gone out on another date with homeless cop guy?
Yes.
Oh man, this is crazy.
I'm dying.
I mean, yeah,
I'm dying.
We really hit it off, and like, I mean, we've been seeing each other, and yeah, I would officially say that we're a couple.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Wow.
Oh my God! No wonder you didn't call him back. I wouldn't call him back either.
Yeah, that sucks for Lewis. I mean, good for you. You got a new homeless undercover cop boyfriend, but Lewis still thinks that he got beat up by a homeless dude and you just took off.
Yeah, I feel really, really bad. I mean, I just couldn't tell him what happened. And I mean, it was so insane how everything worked out, but like, I didn't want to add insult to injury and tell him what had happened after. Like,
yeah. And I hate to add insult to injury here, but Lewis is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
I cannot get over this.
Wait, like he called you, or like he's not on the other line right now, right?
Unless somebody else came along and knocked him out. He should be there. Lewis, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the line.
I don't know what to say.
You kind of said it all, actually. Wow. So what you're saying, Gwen, is that you hooked up with the homeless guy who knocked me out, who was undercover as a cop, and now you're seeing each other.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
How could you do that? Like, I get punched out, and then you just leave. I don't understand.
With the guy who punched you.
I mean, you seemed okay. I mean, and he put your jacket under your head and to make sure that you were okay. I mean, it was a really sweet thing he did for you.
Oh, yeah, that's so nice, Lewis. I don't understand why you're upset.
I can't believe this is happening. Gwen, I was unconscious. He punched me unconscious. Like, really?
I mean, he's strong. He probably doesn't even know his own strength, and I mean, he's a cop.
Seriously? Really? You're going to throw that in my face?
Oh, man.
I mean, he knew you were okay. I mean, he checked your vital signs and everything, and you seemed okay, like, right before we left to get food.
And that's another thing. You went and got food with this guy while I'm laying there unconscious. Who does that? You're a horrible person.
Oh, Lewis.
What? I'm not overreacting.
I don't know.
Okay?
I mean,
was
you
laying on the sidewalk unconscious.
Okay, yes, that is bad, but you were just looking for a hookup that night. It's not like you're upset that your dream girl's gone.
Well, she doesn't know that. I only told you guys that.
Oh.
Well, she knows that she's a hookup now. Gwen, he was just planning on hooking up with you that night and didn't want more to do with you, so I guess you shouldn't feel too bad.
Well, I mean, he was, my hookup too. I still, feel bad for him, and I don't like how everything played out, and I feel bad about that.
Well, do you feel bad enough to go out with him again? Because I'd love to send you guys on a second date. Would you go out with Lewis one more time? We'll pay for it.
That's sweet and everything, but I like I said, I am kind of seeing someone.
She's in a relationship.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, man.
I mean, I know it's strange, and I know it didn't end up the best for you, but I mean, I'm really happy, and things are going really well, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met Kyle that night.
Kyle, that's the homeless cop's name. All right, awesome.
Well, good for you and good for Kyle. I'm so thrilled for you.
Because you're a matchmaker. You didn't even know it, Lewis.
How romantic.
It is.
Yeah, while I lay unconscious on the ground. I'm such a matchmaker.
Hey, you work in mysterious ways, Lewis.
Yeah.
You really do.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Two common themes on the text message board at 78592 about today's second date update. People are saying that Gwen from the second date update is a terrible person. And then also a lot of people saying they don't think that was actually an undercover cop. If you don't know what I'm talking about today's second date update. This dude, Lewis, wanted to call Gwen. They went out on a date, and at the end of the night, they were outside joking around. A homeless dude, a dude who he thought was homeless, I guess, came up, got in a fight with him, and knocked him out. And then Gwen was gone. When we got her on the phone, she said that guy was an undercover cop. And he was thinking that Lewis was harassing her, so he knocked Lewis out. And then the two of them left, and now they're dating.
Oh, my
They left and got dinner, and he took care of her, and now they're dating. But people are texting in at 78592 saying, no way that's a real cop. And if it is, then Lewis should sue the police station.
Now, we're getting, that is intense.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I guess they have a point, and I do agree. Leaving someone unconscious on a sidewalk is not a good move. Like, I don't think anybody on this show agreed that was a kind thing to do or the right thing to do.
Well, situational for me too.
But-
like most things. Like it could be somebody that you really want to knock out and you think should leave there. But but Lewis was a nice dude, and Gwen was like, "Well, he checked your vital signs. Everything's cool, so
Hey,
you were fine."
They told an old lady to watch over you.
Oh, come
no
on.
big deal, right? I mean, she could have pickpocketed you,
And now,
but
another dating that's literally adding insult to injury. That is
Yeah.
the definition of that.
but she didn't want to tell him. That's why she was just leading. I mean, like,
Yeah, but still, just
I
Take
know.
the whole
I
cop
do
thing
that.
out of the equation, and the dude that came up and knocked him out, that she didn't know, they left together, went and got dinner, and now they're dating. That's pretty terrible.
That's
So
just terrible.
obviously they decided not to go out again, more because Gwen is now dating an undercover cop who pretends to be a homeless guy and knocks people out.
Until someone knocks
Remember,
him out.
if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We've heard a lot of surprises on first dates.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing the second date updates for a while now. Like we had a guy show up with his face beaten from a backyard MMA fight. That's a surprise.
Forgot about that guy.
Had a guy show up on a bike, the kind that you pedal instead of a car, and then ask the girl to drive him to wherever they're going. We've had a bunch of surprises like that, and today's second date is no different. But this time, Jackie had a surprise for the guy that she wants to call today. His name is Paul. What's up, Jackie?
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Please tell me it was a good surprise and not like all the other surprises that we just listed.
I mean, I thought it was a good surprise.
Okay.
All right, well, before we get to the surprise, let's talk about the guy. His name is Paul.
Yeah,
And where did you meet Paul?
I met him at a bar.
Okay, did you approach him first?
No, I was actually on my way out, and he's like, "You're super cute. I really want to get to know you." And it was like kind of really random, and I don't know. I mean, if it was any other guy, I would have been like, "Who is this guy?" But he was really cute.
I just picture someone like standing in your way and not letting you out of the door.
You're cute. Give me number.
But it was like not creepy. Like it was kind of more like, "Hello there," like very like.
So he was hot enough, in
Yeah.
other words, because if he was not attractive, you'd be like, "Get away from me, creep. I'm trying to leave. You have 2 seconds before I elbow you in the junk and walk by."
Yeah, I did not mind much at all.
Okay, and he actually followed up.
Yeah, and he called me rather than texting, which was like super attractive. And
All right. And so what'd you guys do when you went out?
so he seemed to really be into jokes and like that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I wanted to surprise him, but not overwhelm him. So I said like, we just met, so in case you're an axe murderer, maybe we could do a double date. If you could bring a friend and I could have a friend.
Okay, that seems like a reasonable request.
Yeah. So he came over to my house, with his friend and rang the doorbell, and I showed him my surprise.
I don't think
Like
that's
a magic trick? Or
I don't think
you
it's
showed him that you
appropriate.
can juggle or something? What do you mean?
No, I opened the door and there was Paul and his friend, and my surprise was that my twin sister jumped out behind me and was like, "Hi."
Whoa, twin sister.
Whoa.
Oh.
So your surprise was your twin sister.
Yeah.
And we're talking identical twin sister or fraternal twin? You didn't know what was going on. Like, oh, another person.
No, identical.
Okay.
When he showed up, he'd have just been like, "I hit the jackpot."
Right? Like, and this way we can all like kind of jive together. And I thought he'd get a kick out of it, and
So what was his reaction when he saw two of you?
I mean, what would your reaction be if you saw two of me?
I'd be scared and run away. But I'm not most dudes.
You think
It's a
you're
lot
having
of-
a stroke and just seeing double?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of pressure.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure my sister and I are both really hot. I'm pretty sure you would have liked it.
So
All right, wait, I'm just saying the pressure of having two, it scare me. So was his friend as excited as he was? Because all of a sudden he's on a date now, right?
Yeah, I mean, his friend seemed to really get a kick out of it. He was like, "What is going on?" I mean, they both seemed pretty happy about it.
I think it'd be so strange to be out on a double date and look over and see your friend dating the same person you're dating. I mean, I know you're not the same people, but it'd be kind of trippy.
I mean, I feel like maybe it would be easier for them to compare notes at least.
Why would you want that? You don't want them to compare notes. What are you talking about?
I don't know, but we ended up going out. We got some drinks. We went dancing. It was actually a really fun time.
Cool.
But, I mean, here's the deal, is that my twin sister is actually going out with his friend again, but I haven't heard from Paul in a couple weeks.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of the risk you took when you did that surprise, huh?
Oh no.
I guess. I mean, the friends seem to like it at least. I don't know what Paul's problem is, or I don't know.
Well, we'll find out what Paul's problem is. We'll play a song, come back, call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of your second date update, and if you're just joining us, Jackie is on the phone, and she wants to call Paul today. She surprised Paul on their first date with her sister.
Surprise!
I know that sounds kind of weird, but she told Paul, hey, why don't you bring a friend along on our date, because I just don't feel safe. And then when he showed up at the house, her twin sister jumped out from behind her and was like, surprise, it's now a double date with twin sisters. And they went out dancing and had a lot of fun, and now she's not getting a call back from Paul. To make matters even worse, Paul's friend has scheduled a date with her twin sister. So the twin sister got a call back, but Jackie has not gotten a call back, and we're going to get Paul on the phone and find out why. All right, Jackie, are you ready to make the phone call?
Yeah, totally.
And your twin sister hasn't been able to get any gossip from her date about why Paul isn't calling you back?
No, not at all. The friend claims that he doesn't know.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just really frustrating because, like, we were all having so much fun, and then, like, they're going out, and I'm sitting home wondering what happened.
Well, she went along on your date. Why don't you just go along on hers again?
I mean, yeah, I'm about to ask that.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Paul.
This is he.
Hey, Paul, how are you? My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
A radio show? What do you mean?
I mean, like a lot of cars have them, and
No, Jubal.
you can hear them
That's not his
in restaurants and
question.
stuff, and then we do a show that comes out of the radio, and you can hear it.
Okay.
It's on the FM dial.
Sorry.
What does this concern?
This concerns an email that we got about you.
You got an email about me. What was the email about?
Well, it was from a girl named Jackie that you recently went out with on a date.
Jackie sent you an email?
Mm-hmm.
Why would Jackie send you an email?
Because you're not calling her back after your date.
Duh.
This concerns our one date. We had one date, and now she sends an email to you guys.
Yes. You guys had one date, and you haven't called her since, so she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out if there's a reason you don't want to go out with her again.
In the email that she sent you, did she by any chance tell you what happened on that first date?
Did
She told us a little bit about it, yeah. She said that you showed up to her house, and she surprised you with her twin sister, and then you and your buddy went out on like a double date.
That's the vanilla version of it, yeah.
Did she?
And the vanilla version, what would be the chocolate version or the...
That's not the expression.
I don't know.
Neapolitan version?
Yeah, what's the more colorful version of it then?
The Rocky Road version?
I just got a really creepy vibe.
Creepy?
Why?
It just gave off a creepy vibe. I show up with my buddy for a double date, and it's with her and her twin sister.
So,
That's
wait.
creepy?
What's creepy about that?
That's awesome.
Because they were doing the thing where they dress alike and they finish each other's sentences and they're speaking in twinsy or whatever.
I'm kind of with you on that one. That does come off a little weird.
What about like a secret language?
At first, I thought it was kind of cute, kind of funny, and I'm like, all right, I'm in on the joke. My buddy Nick, he's in on the joke. We both think it's kind of cool. And then it just kept going.
Oh, so like
So, was it just annoying then?
Yeah, there is a certain point where you're like, okay, let's drop it and let's get to know you individually. Because it was I met a girl named Jackie, and I was like, well, what's the other girl's name? Well, it eventually comes out her sister's name is Jill. But which one's Jackie? Which one's Jill? Jack and Jill. Get it? Isn't that funny? They thought that was hilarious, too.
But you can't be mad at them. That is their parents' fault. That is not their fault.
I can be mad at them for being so amused at it. So, like, 2 decades later.
Yeah, if they love it, it's one thing.
So did it feel like, if you're going to date me, you got to date my sister? We come as a package.
Oh.
Well, they were in love with the fact that they're both twins so much they didn't even seem to care that they were on a date.
Oh, no, they're showing
What do you
off.
mean? Like they were putting on a twins show
Yeah.
for you?
A little bit, like an exhibition. Like, isn't this so amusing that we're twins and that we look alike? And so they started doing weird twinsy stuff. Like, one of them would be like, I'm the evil twin. And the other one would go, no, I'm the evil twin.
Oh, man.
You think that after your whole life living as a twin, the novelty would wear off?
The joke would
Exactly.
get old
Yeah.
eventually.
It was very obvious very quickly that they weren't there for a date. I was there to meet a woman, and they were there to
play their twin game. I wasn't having any of it. I just wasn't cool. And I look over at my buddy Nick, who's my wingman. I'm like trying to give him the signal of like, let's pull the cord.
Yeah.
And he was like, he gave me the reverse signal of let's stay and let's see this out.
Like, he loved it.
Yeah.
You were like, all right, I've seen twins before I get it. And he was like, ooh, twins. What are they going to do next?
Exactly. So at that point, I was like, all right, I'll be your wingman. But I wasn't invested at that point.
Yeah.
Which one's the evil one?
Well,
Yeah, look at
Paul.
they look the same.
I do have to tell you something. Jackie is on the other line listening right now and wants to talk to you.
Or is it Jill?
Nah, the evil one.
Jackie, are you still on the phone?
Yeah. Hi, Paul. I thought we really got along, so I was just, I don't know, I was kind of excited about you, and you just totally ghosted. So, I don't know.
It seemed pretty
I just
obvious
wanted
to me that
figure out what
you weren't into the date. It seemed like you were into some sort of weird performance piece.
I mean, it wasn't a performance piece. Like, we were just having fun. You can't take a joke.
I can take a joke. I love jokes. But your joke went on for like an hour and a half, and it was a version of Who's Who.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not Saturday Night Live for you. I mean, we were just having fun.
But it just seemed like I wanted to get to know you. That's why I asked you on a date, and all I got to know about you is that you have a twin. That's it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm really close with my sister, and, like, she's a big part of my life, and we're twins, and it's kind of really cool. We actually like each other. And I thought you got it, you know?
No.
Yeah.
No, I really didn't. I mean, I have siblings, and I don't think I would ever bring them along on a date. Maybe next time just bring it up on a date, like, oh, I have a twin sister, and then it's like an interesting point of conversation, but don't actually bring her on the first date. If that would be my suggestion.
Jackie, I don't think that he's saying anything mean. I think he's just saying that he didn't get a chance to know you at all, and it felt like you were like hiding behind this twindom thing or playing into some sort of twin fantasy that he obviously doesn't have.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't really see what the problem is. Everyone else thinks it's really cool. Like, people love that we're twins, and, I mean, your friend Nick didn't seem to have a problem with it. I mean, he's going out with my sister now, so I don't understand what's up your butt about this. It was a fun
Well,
night.
I think you hit the nail on the head. Nick is going out with your sister. He's not going out with the two of you.
He brings up a very valid point right there.
Well, Paul, why don't you try going out with Jackie?
Yeah.
Would you like to go on a second date with Jackie? We will pay for it.
I appreciate the offer, and I think I'm just, you're a very cute girl. I think you just need to learn to be on your own and not have your sister as a security blanket.
Dude.
So you're not going to give me that chance to learn how to be on my own, so to speak?
I really don't think that we should go on another day. I think we gave it a shot, and it didn't work out.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, I think there are a million guys out there who would love to go out with a twin, a hot twin. So I think that's just your problem.
Okay.
That he doesn't share the twin
Yeah.
fantasy.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sorry you didn't get a second date, Jackie.
Whatever. I mean, obviously he's really weird and doesn't even know what's good. So
Well, the good news, Jackie, is there are a ton of people who do know what's good. We're getting a lot of texts in right now at 78592 of people who would love to take you out, your sister out. One guy named Rodney says he wants to bring his wife along so all three of you can go out. That'd be a lot of fun.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, we get it. We get it. All of the thirsty dudes out there who are texting in at 78592, and I'll take Jackie on a date. I love twins.
Hot twins.
All right.
Jackie was right about that twin thing
Man.
and guys being obsessed.
We're talking about the second date update. Jackie wanted to call a guy named Paul. She has a twin sister.
Mhm.
Her surprise for Paul was she said, hey, bring a friend along. We're going to go on a double date. He showed up, and she was like, surprise, it's my twin sister. We're all going on a date together.
Yay.
And the guy's friend actually ended up going out with her sister again.
Yeah.
But she was wondering why he wasn't calling her back. And he wasn't calling her back because apparently the two of them are like super annoying twins to him.
They're those twins.
They're the twins that everything is like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I was totally thinking that. Oh my God, we wore the same shirt today. Oh my God, hey, I bet you can't tell we're twins. No, I can see it. It's right in front of me. And so he just couldn't handle it and didn't think he could go out with her again.
I was pretty on board until he said that they dress the same.
Yeah.
That I'm like, as adults, like I get if your mom dresses you the same because she doesn't want to put the energy into finding two outfits. I mean, really, that's what it comes down
it's
to.
cute when you're a kid.
Right.
When you're
But
little.
as an
When
adult,
you're older, it's a little...
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. It is Friday, and you know what that means.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday are the next days.
I mean, it does mean that. That's
Weekend.
true.
And then that's Monday and Tuesday. It's following Monday, Tuesday.
Thank
That's how it works. Oh, also Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week. That's what it means. That's coming up at 8:10.
Moving 92.5.
The girl on the phone for a second date today had her first date at one of the craziest places possible. People are popping pills left and right. Lots of group activity, if you know what I mean. And everybody's inhibitions are lowered. Mostly because of dementia. She went to the retirement home. She went to the retirement home, yeah.
Wow, it's amazing how all those things are the same.
I know, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, they're having fun over there.
Kara is on the phone, and apparently her first date with this dude was at the retirement home. Want to hear more about that in a second. That's an interesting date. Kara, how are you?
I'm okay.
The first thing that comes to my mind is you're like a gold digger dating a 92-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
Oh, I hope that's true.
You're into old
No. The guy, I went on a date with a guy who volunteers there.
Oh, he's
okay.
a good person.
How'd you meet him?
Well, okay, we met on an app, and he was funny, and we got along. Like he plays a bunch of team sports, like he does a bunch of like those kind of leagues, and I do too, and it's fun. So we kind of talked about that stuff, and we think we may have played each other before.
That's
so
awesome.
It's kind of funny.
Okay.
So how did he strike up the idea to go on a date at the retirement home?
Well, that wasn't it. He was like, "Let's meet up," and he just said a street corner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's scary. You meet a dude on an app and he's like, just meet me at the corner of whatever and whatever.
I mean, pretty much, but I didn't read it like that,
Oh, okay.
like that's when he texted it, so it didn't sound creepy at the time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he wanted to surprise me, and I was up for it, so.
Yeah, because surprises can be fun.
Yeah.
They can also be scary.
Yes.
Either one. But this turned out to be a fun surprise, huh?
Yeah. So we first met up, and we walked for a bit, and then he just said, "I'm going to bring you somewhere." So I was like, okay, and I thought, well, we're going to a restaurant or something. And instead, that's when he took me to a retirement home. And I was like, oh,
what?
Okay. Yeah. He said he volunteers there sometimes. And then I was like skeptical, like that this was going to be fun at all. Like I just thought it was going to be lame.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah.
And, he's going to try to teach me something or whatever, and like a life lesson.
Oh my God.
Change diapers.
But did he know all the, was he friends with all the old people in there?
Yes. Yeah. It turned out to be sort of cool. Like,
Okay, so he's there all the time.
I would fall instantly in love with him.
Really?
Oh my God. Old people are so cute. And like,
They're cute, but the smell.
someone
Yeah.
who volunteers and
They're cute when they're
befriends them-
contained.
Oh, you guys.
When they're contained, when they're not like out walking in your way or screwing up
No.
airport lines, things like that. Yeah, if you keep them in a confined space, old people can be very,
You guys are awful.
very nice. So, did you enjoy the retirement home?
yeah. I mean, my grandfather passed away pretty recently, and it kind of reminded me of him, and that was cute. And I don't know. And he was sweet. Like, Corey was sweet. He was nice to them. They really got him, and we ate dinner with them. Like, it was a wholesome time. Like, we played card games. It was all, like, but we had one kind of awkward moment. And it was like this woman who lives there. She was like, "Are you a boyfriend and girlfriend?" And we sort of said, "No, this is kind of our first date." And she was like, "Well, you should kiss." So
Yeah, Granny.
Whoa.
Yeah, she wanted some action.
They're Yeah.
feisty over
they are
there.
fighting. You've heard about the STD reports
Yeah,
at these
they
senior
have
citizens' homes. They're
lot
there for
there.
a reason.
Apparently, you got to watch her in
Yeah.
that retirement home. So, did you guys make out in front of him?
no, I mean, it was just sort of this awkward peck on the cheek,
Cute.
And then the lady, she clapped.
Oh, that is kind of
That's really sweet. Why was that awkward, though?
It was just like like, are you boyfriend and girl? It was just like a,
Yeah.
I don't
can see that
know.
part.
And you've never
Yeah.
kissed, and it's like, kiss each other.
Yeah, and then being forced to kiss with old peering eyes
Yeah.
looking at you.
So was that the most uncomfortable moment of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. And then when we were leaving, he walked me back to my car, and he kissed me for real.
Aww.
Cool.
Oh.
And that old lady popped up from the car seat in the back and was like, yeah, good job.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I was hoping you'd really get after it.
Yeah.
Take off his shirt.
No.
No, she says no. How was the kiss?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like a big thing, but it was just really nice. It was like first date kiss.
Okay.
Got it.
But now it's been a week, and he's like, we're texting here and there, but he's not asking me out again.
Okay, and if you tried to like hint, or have you asked him out?
No, but it just feels kind of like I've been here before. Like, when you're on these apps, like you go out like it's your job, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, and I can tell that he's not really in any hurry to go out again. Like something's off, and I don't know what that is. So that's why I wanted you guys to help me find out like what's up.
And you were kind and excited about all the old people, right? Because maybe this is like some sort of test that he does with women to see.
Well, it could be, but at the same time, like it was just so nice. Like we just kind of hung out and played cards and like talked about stuff, and it was just really.
It was easy.
Yeah. There wasn't any like in the back of my mind. Now I'm thinking, was that a test? I don't know, but I don't think so. It just didn't. It seemed like it was just like this is something that's important to him.
But you were good with the old folks. You didn't try to like fight one of them.
No.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on. If you're just joining us, Kara is on the phone, and Kara told us all about her first date with a dude named Corey. They spent it in heaven's waiting room.
Oh my gosh! Don't say it like
Well,
that.
I mean, that's a nice thing.
Otherwise,
Take a number.
known as a rest home.
Yeah.
Because Corey, I guess, the dude that she went out with, volunteers at that rest home, and he wanted to take her on a date there so they could spend time with some of the people that live there, and they just hung out, had dinner, played cards, and she said it was actually a lot of fun. And Kara, I don't want you to blow this. I want you to get a second date. I really do.
Okay.
Why are you so invested?
Well, because, Kara, you have an opportunity here that I don't think you realize, all right? Retirement homes are really a great opportunity if you can get in. Because you can steal a lot of stuff from those people. Yeah, they, like jewelry and stuff, they don't even know what they have. Like you can really, and once you're on the inside, it's hard to get in there. Now that you're on the inside, this could be a great opportunity, not only for love, but also to acquire some awesome jewelry.
You are sick.
Okay.
What are they gonna do? Chase after you?
Oh my
Nope.
God.
No,
You
they're
guys
not.
are awful. I mean, I thought at least you were going to say you're going to try to get in on somebody's will, not just up and steal from them when they're still alive.
I got a buddy who works on one. He sells bedpans wholesale. Makes a ton of
Yeah.
cash. So it's a great financial opportunity for you as well, Kara.
Good tip. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any last words before we call Corey and see why he isn't calling you back for a second date?
This one felt like a little different. Like it was like we had chemistry. It felt like it was going in the way that we'd like go out again at least. But it's just been fading, and I don't know why. And
Okay. So you like this guy, and you definitely felt potential.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Corey, please?
Speaking. Who's this?
Corey, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. How you doing today, sir?
What? Why that?
I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Corey.
I'm okay. Why are you guys calling me?
Well, because we got an email about you from one of our listeners, and they just said we had to call Corey and talk to him. I don't know why I said it like that either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think you guys might have like the wrong person.
Well, I have a phone number here with this number that I just called, and it says their name is Corey, and it says that they volunteer at a retirement home from time to time.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so you're old folks Corey.
That's what they call him.
I guess.
I don't think Corey's finding
I don't
any of
think
this
so.
very amusing.
Sorry, he's probably confused.
Corey,
Yeah.
we're calling because we do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date. So we got an email from Kara, who you went on a date with to that retirement home.
Right.
Right. And Kara wants to know why you haven't asked her out on a second date yet.
She says that like she can sense that you're like falling off.
Well, to be honest, I think like if I was to go out with her, it would be more casual than a relationship. I don't know if she's like exactly the right girl for me.
So wait, is it like you're not looking for a relationship, or it's her?
Well, I am because I am single, but at the same time, like, gosh, how do I say this? Just the ladies at the old folks home, I volunteer there a lot, and they're like a big part of my life. They just don't think that she was right for me.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
So they're hating.
They're blocking her?
They just noticed a few things, and they just didn't think that it was in my best interest or that it would work out. Like, over the years, I've been volunteering there a lot, and it's kind of like having numerous grandparents, like, looking out for you and giving you advice. And
What specifics did they give the old ladies on why she isn't right for you?
Some of the stuff they said was, like, her outfit. It might have been a little inappropriate.
All right, Judgy Betties.
Her outfit?
And did you tell them that she didn't know she was going to a retirement home? She probably would have dressed differently if she knew that that was what was on the agenda.
I did, but...
What was she wearing? Like a
Yeah,
skirt?
seriously.
She was wearing a skirt and, like, had her midriff showing a little bit, you know?
Okay, so she's just kind of sexy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she dressed like for a first date, you guys. Like,
They kind of didn't like that her skirt was so low and that her belly button was showing. I can kind of see that, you know?
yeah, because not
Okay.
everybody has a belly button in the world.
You mean
but
they don't
whatever.
dress like that in the retirement home? That's
Yeah.
how I pictured it.
I mean, everybody has a belly button, but you don't go around flashing it, you know?
Okay. Besides that, did they name other things?
Well, now, these are their words, not mine. But remember their words. They said the makeup was too hookery.
What?
Hookery.
Who are these judgy old women? Okay.
Sounds just like old women to me. I'd take the judgy off it. That sounds like how they would talk, I think.
Guys, not.
She's
no.
hookery.
Why did you not defend her or stand up for her?
I'm just saying these old ladies, they give me good advice, you know, and I can't have them disgusted by my significant other, like the girl that I'm in a
Disgusted?
relationship with.
Now we've moved on
So-
to disgusted?
You said earlier it's like you have a bunch of grandparents, so if you date her seriously, you feel like you'd be letting down your grandmas, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like you really need to school them in how a woman's dress does not indicate whether or not she sleeps around.
I mean, like, you've been around old people. It's hard to change their minds. And also, who am I to argue with them? Like, they have so much experience, you know? Like,
Yeah. Who knows how many hookers they've been with? Probably a lot, you know? You have no idea. They might be very schooled in that. Well, guess what, Corey? You know who might find this information interesting? Kara, and she's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Are you still there, Kara?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you pissed, Kara? I'm pissed for you.
Well, first of all, this was a surprise. You said the date was a surprise. So I'm thinking we're going to a bar. And, like, it's like, you know my pictures. You know what I look like. You didn't think that maybe it would be a good idea to let me know, like, I don't know, like, dress like you would if we were going to church. Of course, that would have been an interesting, like, text back and forth.
Yeah, that would have been you probably wouldn't have gone on that date.
Okay, I think you need to calm down a little bit, all right? Just calm down.
Calm down? Hookers don't calm down.
Those weren't even my words. Those were their words. I'm just explaining what had happened.
Also, like, my outfit wasn't a big, like, it was a skirt and, like, midriff, like, kind of shows, but not really. Like, it wasn't even, I mean, you've seen my pictures. Like, there's crazier looks than what I had on that day, so.
So she could be way more hookery if she wanted.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying you did dress a little provocatively, and they kind of picked up on that, and I have to kind of go with that because they're conservative, a little bit like me, you know? So
Conservative like you. Okay. So they think you're, like, pure as the driven snow, right? Is that the thing? Like, what if I told them that we had phone sex? And what if I told them all the filthy things you said on the phone?
Oh, whoa. Hey, Corey.
Would they think that you're conservative now?
Oh, Corey.
Yeah, what would the
aren't
gals
you?
down at the retirement home do with that knowledge?
Somebody's a little two-faced.
well, that was something that was private within us. That wasn't out in the public. We're not going out like that.
Okay.
So it's cool for you. Can I say this stuff on the radio? I probably shouldn't. You know, I'm not gonna.
Go for it. We can beep out whatever you say.
I'm going to say I would appreciate if you didn't tell everybody what I said, because that was private and that was between you and me. I thought we had like a moment, you know, not to be shared with the whole
Secret,
world.
dirty moment. Yeah, no, I'm gonna, because if I'm hookery, then obviously I bring that out in you.
Look, I'm just saying, the ladies, maybe they do have a point, because look at this. This is the type of behavior that they're talking about, you know?
Oh, okay.
Again, she's the hookery one here.
This is so ridiculous. Like, do you know what year it is? Do you have
You're
any
talking
idea?
about private things, like out on the radio in front of millions of people.
You called me a hooker on the radio, so
I didn't call you that, and I did not ever say that, because that's not what I feel.
His old gal pals did.
right.
Hey, Kara.
I was being completely honest.
Part of his mahjong group.
Yeah, I'm going to ask a question anyway. Corey, would you go on a second date with Kara? We'll pay for it.
You know what? I don't think that would be the best idea.
Yeah. I think all of this is not working out like how anybody planned.
That's fine. You're a nice guy. Like, I wish you could time travel to go find someone for you. So,
Sweetheart, you're on the phone on the radio trying to get a hold of me, so maybe you should time travel and go back.
To where?
To what? To what?
So before you made this phone call and embarrassed yourself in front of the world. No, I don't want to go out with you.
That's a short
You
time.
can try to get defensive. You can try to be angry, but sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to your calls, and maybe you should stop trying to get a hold of me through the media.
The only thing that I really find offensive is that you called us the media.
Yeah, the
That's
media.
weird to me.